Welcome to Conversations with the Queen. I bring you greetings from California. We had like like 3 earthquakes this week, but we're fine. I'm fine. My family's fine. We are doing good. But welcome to this edition of Conversations with the Queen. Have you ever wondered why you attract certain people? Have it ever dawned on you that it's because of who you are, your calling, or your walk, or your journey, that you are meeting these people? So today, if not, today I'm going to talk to you about them again. Like, why do I keep attracting this type of person to me? I know I wondered it because, I got tired of being uh, a healer. And we're going to talk about all the attributes of a healer. And I was wondering, why do I keep attracting these type of people? It's simply because of my calling. It's simply because of my journey. And hopefully by the end of this segment, you'll know why you attract those people. Okay? So let's get into it. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 different spiritual gifts that you possess, that you may possess. Now, leave in mind that one person can possess all 3 of these gifts, okay? I believe that everybody have all 3 of these gifts. It's just that at certain points in your life, one is more evident than the others. So you will attract that particular type of person and not the others, okay? So today I'm going to talk to you about 3 different spiritual gifts of why you are attracting those people in your lives. The first one is a healer. The second one is a teacher. And the third one is an empath or a prophet, because that's a lot of people like to say, because the attributes of an empath is just like a prophet, okay? So today I'm going to start with healer. Signs that you are a healer. Man, this was so interesting to me to find out, because when I researched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so me. And hopefully you can, relate to what I'm saying, that a healer is. And then I'm going to tell you the type of person that you do attract when you are a healer, okay? So the signs of being a healer. I have like 20 something signs of you being a healer, so I'm going to go through these. I will put them in the links below. I will put all of my notes down there so you can go back and read it, because I don't expect you to remember all of this stuff, okay? So signs that you are a healer. Why do I keep attracting these people? 1, you are highly sensitive to energy. 2, you feel others' emotions and physical ailment as your own, and that's part of being an empath. Empath and healer, they have a lot of the same attributes, but healer have a whole lot more, okay? You are intuitive and you can read others easily. You are a big picture thinker and don't concern yourself with too much of details, okay, of how you're going to get there and who's going to help you get there. But you are a big picture thinker. You have gone through bouts of existential depression. Again, everybody have gone through some type of depression. Now, a healer, they go through existential depression, meaning that you want to help these people, but you can't. And so it makes you a little depressed. Like, say you want to help this family, but you don't have enough money. Okay, it does make you a little depressed. So bouts of existential depression. You have felt like an outcast for most of your life. Did you feel like an outcast for most of your life? You think differently from others. You get overwhelmed in public easily. And this is why I set my alarm and go shopping, grocery shopping, in the wee hours of the morning. Because it's been so many times in Walmart. I can't stand Walmart, okay? I really can't. Walmart, I say, is the devil. It's so many spirits and so many different people in there. It's ridiculous. I have actually had a cart, a buggy, as we say in the South, full of groceries, and I just put it back because I was overwhelmed. And you get, with being a healer, I am a healer, just so you know, I am a healer. And at some point in my life, I have been all three of these. But right now, I'm going through being the healer, okay? You have struggled with anxiety or panic before. Anxiety and panic attacks are on the rise because of the different energies. And being either empath or a healer, I'm an empathic healer. You'll learn about that later. I can pick up energies of people so quick. And so sometimes it just overwhelms me. It causes me to go into anxiety and have panic attacks, okay? So if you are a healer, you're probably going through some kind of anxiety or panic, okay? You are the natural peacemaker between people. A healer doesn't like to see people fighting. They don't like to see people, homes broken or relationships broken, okay? You are the confidant that people turn to in times of need. These are all attributes of a healer, okay? You experience digestive issues, constipation, diarrhea, lower back pain, or you gain weight mostly around your abdomen area because of the solar plexus chakra disorders. Okay, and those of you that don't believe in the chakras, you're probably going to go through a whole lot of stuff in your life because you won't line them up, okay? You feel drained after spending too much time around people. People do pull on your energy. It's crazy because I have some people right now, I text them, be like, why are you pulling on me? And I know you are, so don't do it. So I can imagine that's only how Yahushua felt when the lady touched the hem of his garment. He felt he felt all his energy leave. And so a person that's a healer, as he was, you feel drained around people because people are truly pulling on that healer in you. Okay, so that's another one. You are drained around spending time with too much time around people will drain you. Sensitive beings like animals and children gravitate to you if you are a healer. Animals and children love you. Okay? Other people tend to dump their emotional baggage onto you to deal with. Yes, 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 and yes. Being a healer, people will come and tell you all of their problems. They'll dump all of that stuff on you and leave you. But here's a trick to that. You have to learn how to put all of that stuff on the plate and hand them that plate back at the end of that conversation and still leave them with it. Let them deal with it, okay? RainJanique@gmail.com if you want to learn ways to hand people back their problems, and so you can be free at night, so you can sleep and you don't have to worry about going through anxiety and depression, okay? So that's another one. Other people will dump their emotional baggage for you to deal with. Okay. You are very aware of the interconnectedness of life and deeply respect it. In other words, you understand that there is a place for everything and everyone in life. There's a place for the snakes, even though I don't like snakes. I know there's a purpose for the snakes, birds and, the frogs and all the stuff that you don't like. You really do understand that there is a place in life for all of this stuff, and you respect it. I don't like to see snakes dead, much as I hate snakes. I tell people all the time, the best snake is a dead snake. But even snakes have a reason for being, on this earth. We know the interconnectedness of everything and everybody. Okay, even the trees, the plants and all of this stuff like that. You have a really good understanding of how all of this work, and you respect it. Okay, you believe in the synchronicity more than coincidence. In other words, I didn't meet you by chance. That you believe that divine connection and divine timing is real instead of coincidences. These are all attributes of a healer, okay? You have a history of healers in your family, like nurses, psychologists, massage therapists. I'm two of those things. Okay? I've known from a little girl that I always wanted to be a nurse. Because I remember my granddaddy used to have seizures, and it would, frighten the adults, my aunts and them, stuff like that. They'll be frightened. But me as a little girl, I can remember going to get the towels and, and wet and putting water on it to put it on his head. I couldn't have been no more about 5 or 6. And, putting it on his head and, just making sure that he's okay. And I was never like afraid. So I always knew that I wanted to be a nurse, and a lot of doctors and nurses do not know that they are healers and empaths. So we're gonna get into that as well. Most doctors and nurses, the ones who are really called to do it, they are healers and empaths. Okay. Another attribute of being a healer is you've experienced a major trauma in your life. The loss of family, life-threatening illnesses, near-death experience, physical, sexual, emotional abuse, war, or mental illness. You have gone through some kind of major trauma in your life. Healers. And I believe that's what started your journey, your calling to be the healer. Okay? You've gone through a spiritual awakening. Healers have gone through a spiritual awakening. Now that's very, I don't want to say it's a tedious process, but it is not an easy journey. It's not something that you're just going to go through, be like, I'm awake. No, it's so much you have to unlearn in order to learn the new. Okay, so again, a spiritual awakening, you will experience that if you that's one of the attributes of a healer. Okay, you've experienced the dark night of the soul. In other words, you can see, smell, hear different dark entities. You can recognize, and you notice a whole lot of things that's not right. No matter how much people are smiling, no matter how much they try to pretend they're happy, you as a healer, you can see the negative energy and aura around people. Okay. You tend to use the right side. You tend to be a right side thinker more than a left side thinker. You know how they say left-handed people work with the right side of their brain and right-handed people work with the left side of their brain. Correct? Yeah. You tend to be more of a, right side of the brain thinker than the left side of the brain thinker. I'm a lefty, so naturally, I think different from a lot of people anyway. Okay. You experience chronic pain in your body or an autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis. Something like that. I'm not saying that all rheumatoid arthritis is caused because you're a healer. No, you experience those pains. Okay. You tend to attract people who need fixing. Oh my gosh, broken people. Yes, you attract broken people. I'm going to come back to that, but let me go on to some more of these attributes. You are an excellent and compassionate listener. I'm a just amazing listener. And trust me, in one ear, and you'll never hear it repeated, out of my mouth. I'm a very good listener. You are naturally drawn towards healing professions that help others experience balance and wholeness. Nurse, psychologist, nutritionist, a certified life and business coach. All of these things add up to my calling of being a healer. And that's how you are blessed. When all of the things that you do adds up to helping people, trust me, the money's going to come. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's going to come. So on with these attributes so I can get to the type of people that you will attract if you are a healer. You can feel and distinguish between and alter the energy within and without yourself. In other words, as a healer, you can come in and change the mood of a whole room. Either good or bad. You can change it. You can alter the mood of a whole freaking room. Okay? You've had numerous mystical experiences. Lucid dreaming, out-of-body experiences, time travel, all this kind of stuff like that. If you are a healer, you have experienced some kind of mystical experiences, okay? If you are a healer. And as a healer, I'm going to tell you this, the best place that you can start is within yourself. As the proverb goes, physician, heal thyself. You have to start with you first, you healers, okay? And when you attract these broken people, because I have attracted so many people that are broken, and they have come into my life. I have healed them. I have, nurtured them. I have nursed them back to health, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And they turn around and say the nastiest things about you. I'm like, really now? You came to me like in this state, and now that you're all better, now you want to give me your kiss? Nah, bro. That's okay, but let me tell you something about that. Because that's your calling, don't ever feel bad about doing that for people. Because those people that have done that to me, oh honey, they're going through so much hell right now. They are going through so much hell. So that's a battle for sure you don't have to fight, healers. Hear me. You don't have to fight that battle. That battle truly will come from Yahuwah. And guess what? When he do it right. Okay? So as a healer, physician, heal thyself. Start with you first, you healers out there. Okay. So that is attributes of a healer. Again, I'm going to put these in the notes below so that you can go back and evaluate yourself, because I do want you to understand why you attract certain people. And again, I believe that we all have the three that I'm talking about. We all have them in us. It's just that at certain points in your life, you deal with one more than the other. And right now, I've been dealing with healer for a long time. So the second one is the attributes of a teacher. So if you have these qualities, you were born to be a teacher. Okay? You guide, you don't direct. You guide people. You're not a dictator, but you actually guide people to different areas of their lives, different, things that they need to deal with. You actually help guide them. You promote positivity, even in the face of adversity. You know how teachers, when you be like, I really am not in a good space right now myself, so I don't want to help these people, but you end up doing it anyway. Yeah, you're probably a teacher, okay? You focus on the growth of others. I know I go back and I talk to people and I meet people that I've met, and I want to know how they've grown. And some people, sad to say, they don't grow. Okay? You commit to the life of selflessness. You put yourself before other people. That's just a attribute of a mom. Okay? A mom put her family before herself all the time. But as a teacher, you commit to a life of selflessness. And a disciplined mind, referring to a quality of having mastered the higher training in an ethical discipline. Discipline of the mind. You know how to cast down those negative thoughts when they come. Because you have to remember, if you're a teacher, you are teaching a lot of different people. And you are teaching, sad to say, but ignorant people. Some, not all, because you, as a teacher, you will attract highly intelligent people to you. But those are ones that's dealing with arrogance. But we'll talk about that as I talk about the people that you attract when you are a teacher. Okay. A calm mind. A mind that is thoroughly calm, referring to the quality of having mastered high training in wisdom, particularly the wisdom of no self. In other words, you have a teacher usually is a person that has a lot of wisdom. Even, and I'm not talking about, this has nothing to do with age, because I know a lot of young people that are wise way beyond their years. And they're 9 times out of 10, they are a teacher. Okay? You have knowledge exceeding that of a student in whatever subject is being taught. In other words, you're a researcher. You self-learn, you know a lot. Okay? You know a lot. So that's an attribute of being a teacher. The energy and enthusiasm for teaching the students. You know, so you got a lot of people out here right now in the schools calling themselves teachers that should not be. They don't have no patience for these children, because you know you have to have some patience when you're dealing with people. Period. I don't care if it's children or adults. You have to have some patience. Okay? Vast learning in order to have the resources from which to draw examples and citations. In other words, if you have to speak on something or in front of, you know, a big crowd, and somebody asks you something, you be like, well, let me look it up right quick. And you have that ability to look it up and understand it immediately. You have that immediate understanding of things if you are a teacher. Okay? Realization of emptiness. Emptiness is when you are not full of yourself. Okay? Emptiness when you can go to others and you can be taught as well as, that you can teach as well, you can learn as well as teach. Okay, so you got to have that emptiness in you, because if you come across a teacher that don't like to learn, something wrong. Something is very wrong with that. Okay. The resilience to maintain enthusiasm for and commitment to the student. Not becoming discouraged no matter how many times the teaching has to be repeated. Ain't I done taught you that before? I done told you that before. Probably not a teacher. Okay, but if you get tired of teaching, yeah, you're probably not called to be a teacher. Not saying that you can't teach, but you're not called to be a teacher. Okay. Now those are the signs and the attributes of being a teacher. Now, there are 10 signs of being an empath. And they call them prophets or whatever. You know, you make your own decision. You call it what you want, but I'm calling it an empath. Okay, so because it goes beyond being empathetic for people. An empath has a deep sense of empathy, but also a constellation of profound characteristics that set them apart from everyone else. Very eccentric people. That's why I say prophets. Prophets are very weird people. They are very eccentric, very weird people. Prophets are. Because they could be having a conversation with you, then all of a sudden they're getting some information about you or something else downloaded into their spirit, then they off into a whole nother mindset. Very eccentric. They can change up on you at any time. Not meaning to, but when they're receiving information about you from the spirit realm, hey, it is what it is, because I know I am an empath for sure. I am an empath, and I could just look at some people and can see, they're like, oh, it looks like you're, looking right through me. And it's not that I'm looking right through you, it's that I can see your soul. Okay? I don't want to scare nobody, but yeah, most of the time I know when you trying to come to me with some BS, so don't, because I know. An empath is highly intuitive, and an empath can scan someone and know information about them current, former, or future experiences. A prophet, like I said, we can tell you stuff about your past, your future, and your present. That's an empath. Empath often either sense, feel, or take on the energy, mood, or condition of the people around them. And most doctors and nurses are empaths. Most medical people are empaths, okay? So because we tend to want to alleviate people's pain, and that's why we study and all this kind of stuff like that. But I'm a holistic healer. I don't do the man-made medicines. I do the natural herbs. I'm a holistic healer, okay? So empaths, we know. Empaths have a great inner desire to help others, to make them feel at ease. We have profound, compassionate, considerate, and understanding of others. We try to understand, empaths tend to ask a lot of questions. Yeah, I will question a thing until I get a clear understanding. Okay? An empath knows another person's true emotions despite any attempt of the other person to try to hide and lie about it. We know. And me, as an empath, I'm telling you, I'm going to let you believe that you're lying to me. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you believe that you're fooling me, but you can't. You really can't. We have an amazing BS detector. Okay? Phonies, hypocrites, and all this other stuff, you cannot fool an empath like myself. Unless we want to be fooled. Like I said, we're going to let you think you're fooling us. But we're not fooled. Okay. Empath's gifts, it goes far beyond just the people we know and that are close to us. Okay? It has to do with complete strangers, animals, plants, and inanimate objects. We know. We can pick up, and we are very sensitive to all energies. I don't care who you are. You don't have to be close to me. Strangers that I've met, I have this one guy that I talked to, and he swear I'm a witch. He was like, your witchy ways, because I always always happen to, and I know you watch it, and I always happen to say something or do something that's dealing with the situation that he's dealing with, like, now. And he's on the other side of the country. Okay, so it's no like distance that the empaths can pick up. We pick up everything. We really do. We pick up everything. Empaths, we are not bound by space or time. Thus, the empath will feel and react to situations or people from any distance around the globe. Any distance, we can pick up people's energies. So you can't shit and bullshit an empath, okay? I don't care where you are or who you are. You can't. So stop trying. And those are real true prophets. I'm not talking about these ones. So many prophets out here lying, saying that they're prophets, and they have no kind of empathic nothing about them. All they want to talk about is, I see houses and cars and land. No, that's not what empaths and prophets see. Sorry. That's not all we see. We see pain, hurt, depression, despair. That's the kind of stuff real prophets pick up on. Okay? So, all of you prophets, F-I-T-S, stop. Because the real ones are out there. We are out there. We see you. Okay? Many empaths intuitively learn to become highly observant and excellent readers of body language and eye movement. And people still love to try to fool us. No, that's not right. Okay, I'm going to let you believe that. Okay? It is what it is. It's a spiritual gift. You have to realize that these are spiritual gifts. We have to remember that we are spiritual beings having an earthly experience, not an earthly being having a spirit. No, we are spirits. And these are spiritual gifts that I've talked to you about today. Healer, teacher, and now empaths. Okay, I only have a few more to go for empaths. In the case of those who grew up with trauma, violence, severe dysfunction, addiction, or mental illness, hypervigilance, a conscious state of mind is on high alert. You have a lot of people walking around here that's homeless, that we call homeless people, that are highly intuitive and are empaths. They can pick up on spirits and energies. They see things. They have a lot of experience with the spiritual world, but they have nobody to teach them. So now the enemy can use that to make them think that they're crazy. So trust me, it's a lot of homeless people out there that are empaths because they pick up on things easily. Okay. Empaths, again, are drawn to healing professions, the medical fields, human activism, working with animals, this kind of stuff like that. We are drawn to healing professions. Most doctors and nurses are empaths. The ones who are called to do that. I'm not talking about the ones who are in it for the money and doing patients wrong. No, I'm talking about the ones that are called. They're empaths, and they don't even know it. Okay? So empaths often develop into professions in the alternative and spiritual arts, such as holistic therapy, organic nutrition, even some psychics. They're empaths. You can call it what you want, but you're still an empath. You pick up on energies. Okay? So even psychics, psychic readers, animal communicators, caretakers, social workers, counselors, teachers, and more. So your teacher, your healer, and your nurturer, all of these people can be empaths because they are called into those professions. Okay. Empath sensitivity can lead to a wide variety of challenging experiences that divert them until they come to understand and accept their inner gifts. That's why I say it's so many homeless people out there that are empaths, that has never been taught, that don't know. That this is why you're seeing this. This is why this is happening to you. They think they're crazy. They're back and forth into mental. A lot of people in the mental hospital too. They're empaths. They think they're crazy, but they have no one to teach them that you're not crazy. You're actually seeing this. You're actually feeling this. This is real because you're picking up on other people's energy. And if you're not taught, trust me, it will mess your mind up. I spent a long time in churches and all this stuff like that, wondering how can these prophets, okay, you're supposed to be this big prophet, how can you see only when I mess up, but you can't see when I'm going through depression, you can't see when I'm about to lose my, you can't see when I'm doing all this other stuff. Okay? So, you false prophets, stop. Because there's people out there really with the gifts. And we see you. Okay? The younger empaths today are becoming aware at early ages it's true. You having a lot of younger people now that are opening their mouths and telling people that this is what I'm seeing. You know, I had this dream or this vision, or I saw this or I saw that, and I'm hoping that they have someone to train them, someone spiritual that can help them with this, because if they don't, it can be used very negatively against them, as in the enemy can get their gifts and mess them up with it, and they can lead them down a road of what, psychics and all this other stuff like that. A lot of them are getting to know that the earth need, you know, the plants, and you know that we shouldn't be, you know, killing animals and all this kind of stuff like that. So yeah, the children are coming into, young empaths are really coming into the knowledge earlier and earlier. And this is, again, some of the reasons why a lot of young people are committing suicide. That's a topic for a whole nother show, because that's a topic right there in itself that is so serious that if we don't get a grip on that, we are going to lose a lot of our, you know, next generation. Okay? So again, these are the three major ones. You have the healer, you have the teacher, and you have the empath. Now I have given you so many descriptions. Trust me, I'm going to have them down in the link below so that you can go back and you can evaluate yourself. Because you need to know why you are attracting these people. And empaths, like healers, and like in healers and empaths, we attract broken people. People that have gone through trauma in their lives, people that are dealing with the lack of motherly love or fatherly love, people that's dealing with just lack. They're broken, don't have nobody to teach them. Trust me, me and my family go through this all the time, dealing with broken people, and then they turn around just to give us their kids. Okay, that's fine. But now they're going through some stuff. So, okay. So, I want you guys to really, really evaluate yourself and see what spiritual gift you have. Again, like I said, I believe that we all have all three of these in us, but it's just that in certain points of our life, you're going to deal with one more than you deal with the other. Okay? I am an empath. I know for sure I am a healer. I have been since a little girl. That has been my life's calling. Everything that I do, everything that I've gone to school for, everything that I do lines up with me being a healer. Everything. And I attract broken people. And one time I was like, you know what? I'm sick of these niggas. I'm done. I'm done with people, but you can't be. You can't allow them to make you cold-hearted. You can't allow them to get you off your course, your journey. Okay? So, I hope this has helped somebody, because you are attracting people that are using you. You are attracting people that are dogging you out. You're attracting people that's doing all of this. Now, here's the thing. You have to know when those people come into your life, if they're just an assignment. Because some of you have married, are dating, and all of this, and have kids with these people, these broken people that you was only supposed to minister to. So you have to know. You meet people for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So you have to know. Okay, so don't hold on to these people that you're supposed to let go, that's going to continue to cause you pain in your life, that you was only assigned to them for a season, and that was just to help them through whatever they were going through. Don't try to marry them. Don't try to be, make them no big part of your life. Because if you do, you're going to continue to go through problems. Okay, so evaluate yourself. Again, I'm going to leave the notes down in the video below. Whether you're a healer, a teacher, or an empath, or prophet, or whatever they want to call them. Okay, I believe that this is going to help somebody, because I can sense that somebody was out there wondering why, you always attract these broken people. But here's why. You're probably a healer. That's your calling. That's your journey. Learn more about healer. Learn more about teacher. Learn more about empaths. Do your own research. Don't just take my word. Do your own research. I'm going to leave my notes in the links below for you guys, because I know it was a lot of information, but I'm willing to share my information with you guys. Okay, don't take my pearls, okay, and just do nothing with them. Really evaluate yourself, because I can sense some of you going through this, and you're wondering why you're attracting these broken, especially a lot of women. You're wondering why you're attracting this type of man. Honey, he was not supposed to be your husband, your boyfriend, or none of that. He was assigned to you to help heal and be gone about his merry way. Okay? I love you guys. As always, I never take it for granted that you want to hear what I have to say. I do have a whole lot to say. Okay? So I just thank you. I thank you. I thank you for tuning in to Conversations with the Queen. I'm Rain Janique, and welcome to all my new watchers, and welcome back to all of my original watchers. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Conversations with the Queen. Them again. I love you guys.